Hello everybody. Give me a moment while I adjust my camera here. I don't know why, but just before it goes on, I always feel like, oh, we could do a little more camera adjusting. Welcome. Today is January 21st. I'm Rhonda Uretsky, and I'm here to do some yoga with you, some Blissful Warrior Yoga, as I call it. I'm the owner of Riverflow Yoga, which is a hot yoga studio in Lambertville. And I have been coming to you every day, every weekday that is, since March, offering this particular practice, which I call Blissful Warrior Yoga. What does it mean to be a blissful warrior? It means that throughout all of the changes and all of the quite challenging times that we have experienced in these past 10 months, still nothing is more important than that you take the time to soothe yourself and feel a little bit better in this moment. So I don't know about you, but a very curious thing is happening to me today. Of course, we had the inauguration yesterday, and it doesn't really matter whether you were excited about it or upset about it. I'm finding that for me today, and for a lot of people that I'm speaking to, it's a day of a lot of emotion. I personally was thrilled watching the inauguration, very excited and happy, seeing all these wonderfully joyful people and beautiful women and in beautiful colors. Yesterday was a very tearful day for me, and today I feel the same teariness. So if you're here, if you're feeling emotional, I can't imagine a better thing to do than to pause in the middle of your day, take a moment to just acknowledge and accept that this is how you're feeling. Maybe not try to do too much looking into why. Just be where you are and maybe join me for a little yoga. Some breathing, some stretching, some really simple practices that lead you into this feeling of just feeling okay with where you are and whatever you're feeling. And I've come to trust, thanks to a very dear friend of mine, that whatever you are feeling is appropriate for you. Your nervous system is genius at working out whatever it needs that needs to be released for you, whatever needs to be put back online or calmed down, or I don't like to use the word fixed, but whatever needs to be going on for you right now, your nervous system knows. And if it's tears, if it's anger, if it's upset, if it's sadness, even if it's physical pain, you can really trust that your nervous system is taking care of you. And if you can trust that, you don't have to fret so much about why you're feeling however you're feeling. You can just be okay with it. So that's part of what this practice is about. Having the moment in the middle of your day to pause and to just feel like everything is working out just fine for you. So let's start that by drinking a little water. It's like a miracle drug, water. In fact, I'm going to get a really good fresh bottle of water right here. Your body's made of water. Your body responds to drinking water, and you can never drink too much, and oftentimes we drink too little. Now I can feel that I've not had enough water today. I feel a little bit lethargic and dry. So grab your water. Let's have a few sips. You know, if anybody wants to comment about how you're feeling right now, it can really be very cathartic to just notice how you're feeling and acknowledge it to someone. And here, it's a beautiful thing to be doing this virtually because I'm here with you, but you have a certain anonymity that makes you feel like it's okay for you to express however you are feeling with no judgments and no repercussions. So if you feel moved to express something about how you're feeling right now in the comment box, I invite you to do this for yourself. Sometimes it's really a simple thing and amazing to notice that if you just acknowledge it, like I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling really teary, I'm feeling, I don't know what the word is, I wouldn't say upset, but definitely teary, really very close to tears. It's really just a great thing to not resist it, to notice it and acknowledge it. In acknowledging it, you drop your judgments about it. And there's a whole lot of effort and strain that goes away, and stress that gets relieved when you can just stop resisting what is in this moment. I have a beautiful poem here that I was going to end with, but I'd like to start with it. It's a poem called Integrity. The poet is Adrienne Rich, and she writes, "Anger and tenderness, my selves, and now I can believe they breathe in me as angels, not polarities. Anger and tendency, the spider's genius to spin and weave in the same action from her own body, anywhere, even from a broken web." So, if you're feeling those polarities, anger and tenderness, tears and joy, if you feel like you're in a broken web today, in a broken body, you are welcome here. So let's just land here, right? Sitting on the floor, sitting in a chair, lying on the ground. See if you can land in a place that feels comforting to you. Maybe not comfortable, right? But comforting. Something that makes you feel soothed to just be here. I always love sitting on a cushion. Having been a yoga practitioner for 50 years, there's something that feels like coming home for me to sit on a cushion. If you're new to this practice, please don't force yourself to sit or go into poses in any way that doesn't feel comforting to you. Be a blissful warrior. Be adamant that nothing is more important than that you feel soothed in this moment here in the middle of your day. So if that really comfortable couch or chair feels comforting to you, please go ahead and sit there. If you'd like to lie down, I recommend lying on your back. Sometimes the more contact that your body has with the ground, the more comfort and soothing you will feel. So if you're sitting in a chair, you can still make contact with the ground with the soles of your feet. Here, if you're sitting on a cushion, I have myself to the far front edge of the cushion, so my hips, my knees, the lower parts of my legs, all on the ground. And if you're lying on the ground, on your back, you can really see how much of your body is in contact with the ground. Your entire back of your body. It's a beautiful moment. Can you find a comforting place to arrive right here? And here you are, my friends. Right? It's okay to see yourself as you are in this moment. No judgment, no needing to figure out why you feel teary. This I'm saying to myself. It just is. And it's perfectly okay to be in this web. Let's take some deep breaths, sort of aligning with that idea that I am where I am and it's okay. So we'll be breathing in and out through the nose, calming the fluttery stress feeling, soothing your heartbeat, and getting more in sync with your nervous system. Breathing does so much for you. And if you can breathe deliberately, you can be on the receiving end of amazing benefits from the simplest action, just breathing. Find a comforting place to rest your hands. I'm liking palms in the lap today, palms up, one in the other. You might try palms on your knees, palms up or down. If you're sitting in a chair, palms on the thighs can be nice. Find your comfort. It's personal for you. And wherever you land in this feeling of soothing, that's your place today. That's your blissful warrior position. All right, so I like to drop the chin a little bit, gaze at something in front of you. Feel like you're gazing out of the tops of your eyes more than the centers of your eyes. So you have a little bit of a feeling of a neck stretch, a really nice, comforting feeling. And somehow, for me anyway, when I'm looking out of the tops of my eyes, I just feel softer emotionally. If you look out of the centers of your eyes, there's all that tendency right here, the chin thrust and the leaning forward and the chest thrust. We all have a way of pushing ourselves into our lives physically. And yet if you just sit back a little bit, look at something out of the tops of your eyes, feel that chin drop, a little bit of a neck stretch, suddenly you're settled right here in your body in this present moment. There's a lot of comfort here. a lot of soothing. Okay, we'll be breathing in and out through the nose. I'll be guiding you through the pace of this. Just keep up as best you can. There's no wrong way to do this, my friends. You're here. That's right. So let's begin. Inhale. As you inhale, can you hear a big loud ha sound, or make a big loud ha sound in the back of your throat, pulling your collarbones wide, keeping your chin down a little bit. Let your ribs come wide, like a big accordion playing inside your rib cage. Hold yourself here. And exhale. Hearing the same loud ha sound at the back of your throat. You keep your collarbones wide, so across your chest you feel open. Let your ribs come together. Let that accordion rib cage come to the middle. Drop your tailbone down and then tuck it slightly up. Now if you stay here in this bit of an empty moment, this empty space between your exhale and your next inhale, can you feel the comfort in it? This place where there's no expectations of you, nothing you need to do next, a real sense of trust that the inhale will come when it's ready. Inhale. That loud sound, that ha sound, ocean sound, Darth Vader sound at the back of your throat as your collarbones pull wide. Trying not to thrust your rib cage forward, but outward, like a big accordion. Letting this rib cage play inside of you. And feeling how good it feels to stay in this place. Exhale. Go ahead and drop the chin a little. Keep the collarbones pulled wide. Ribs come together. Let the tailbone drop. And then tuck it slightly towards your navel, a little bit up. You can feel that little uplift at the end. Stay right here. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take 3 more of these really elegant deep breaths. Inhale. So keeping your mouth closed and breathing in an ocean wave in the back of your throat. Hearing the sound of it, pulling your collarbones wide, your rib cage open, holding yourself here at the crest of this wave. Exhale. Now the loud ha sound at the back of your throat is that wave crashing, coming through you. Feeling, you can notice almost the way this wave is rushing towards the shoreline as it goes through your entire body. Ribs together, tailbone down and then slightly up. Inhale. Holding yourself open to possibilities, open to soothing, open to pleasure, open to whatever emotion you're feeling right now. It's all welcome here. Exhale. Ribs come together like that accordion, meeting in the middle, tailbone down, and then slightly up towards your navel. Stay here. Just stay here with me. In this beautiful empty space. Nothing to argue about. Nothing to worry about. Sort of a floating feeling. Inhale. And exhale. So letting go, right? Not letting go of how you feel, not letting go of anything that you think is wrong with you, just letting go of resisting however you feel. And in that letting go, maybe a moment of accepting yourself as you are, because there isn't anything wrong with you, because you are a magnificent human being with a nervous system that's calibrating you to exactly where you need to be in this moment. And there's so much less struggling and efforting and figuring out and changing and fixing that we should be doing. So much more just being here. Okay, let's reach for a little more water. It's just always such a good idea. So in these few moments that we've been doing this very simple but very profound practice of drinking water, settling into a posture, a position to be here, breathing deep for 6 deep breaths, and then sipping water again. Can you notice anything about the way you feel right now that may feel different than when you first came here about 15 minutes ago? If you don't notice any changes, there's nothing wrong with you. It's perfectly fine. We're just honing awareness. Awareness of where you are, how you're feeling in the present moment, so that you can have this moment of accepting it as the perfect place, the perfect way for you to feel in this moment. Just trust that you are appropriate, just as you are. So if you'd like to join me now in a couple of yoga poses, which is what most people think of when they think of yoga, even though you have been doing yoga this whole time. Drinking water, arriving here in the present moment and breathing. If you'd like to now move this body, having arrived in this blissful warrior situation, right? This presence of just feeling like you're here. I know it seems kind of obvious, but think of how often you go through your day feeling like you're not here. Things are just swirling around you. Maybe even like a cork bobbing on a raging sea, just being pushed along by events around you. And yet this moment to be here and to feel what it feels like to be alive in this moment is everything. So you've done a tremendous thing for yourself right now. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, breathing and drinking water really helping you to feel more alive. And who deserves it more than you, right? You are alive. So if you'd like to join me in some yoga poses now, we're going to be lying down. I think it's, for me anyway, today lying down just feels right. Feels like the most soothing place that I can be. So hopefully you can give yourself permission to lie down with me here in the middle of the day. Let's lie down on our back. Now, as you go to lie down, please ease yourself down by the elbow tips. Gently lowering down. Really be good to yourself. Let Blissful Warrior be that practice of being good to yourself. All right, beautiful. Arms at your sides, now move them far from your sides, palms facing up. Let your arms relax. As they move further away, they'll feel lighter. Just feel more relaxed in your body. Legs are out with your heels lightly touching and your toes flopped apart. Keep your gaze shifted from the ceiling to down the midline of your body. And as you do that, pull your collarbones wide so your shoulder blades can nestle. And your ribs are coming together. They're not being thrust up towards the ceiling. You're going to get rid of all this thrusting and efforting and pushing and all that other stuff that you've been told is so good for you. No, I would sort of ask myself, how's that really working out? All this pushing, forcing, efforting. What about if you just let go? Let yourself be. Inhale. Collarbones wide. Just feel yourself nestling into this body, ribs coming out to the sides. Big accordion opening. and exhale. Ribs come together. Hear the loud ha sound. Keep your collarbones wide and then drop your lower back. Alright, we're going to move into a pose called Pavanamuktasana pose. Great for the hips, really great for your digestive system. I'm going to give you all of these wonderful benefits that you get physically from these poses, but really I would love it if today you're just here because it feels good. It feels comforting. Start to trust that in that feeling of comfort and soothing, there are benefits that go beyond what you even can imagine. But the more soothed you feel, the more you are benefiting your entire being, body and soul. And inhale, bring your arms in closer to your body. Bend your right knee and place the sole of your right foot on the ground. Begin pulling with your fingertips towards the wall in front of you, keeping your collarbones wide, chin down. And as you exhale, bend the right knee to your chest, bend your elbow tips, make a net of fingers, all 10 of them clasped 2 inches below the right knee, and let that right knee fall into this net of fingers. Inhale again. Relax your outstretched leg. Point your chin down a little, looking at your knee. As you exhale, keep your shoulders down from your ears. Bend your elbow tips, keep them in your waist, and guide your right knee around your right rib cage towards your right armpit. Feeling a great sense of relief here. Something really beautiful about stretching your body and releasing tension. They go together. So don't push yourself into a place in this pose that feels painful. Don't push yourself beyond where the comfort is. Find the comfort and let yourself relax into it. So you'll feel sensations here. A pinch in your right hip, a stretch in your left hip, collarbones nice and wide and chin down. Just relax into these sensations and feel them. If you really allow yourself to feel them, you'll recognize how comforting, how soothing, how really wonderful these stretches feel. Not because you're getting some result from this, just because you allow yourself to have the pleasure of the feelings of this pose. Inhale, collarbones wide, elbows in your waist and chin down, and then exhale, guiding the right knee towards the armpit. Maybe it'll come to the armpit, maybe it won't. Who's here to judge you? Please don't judge yourself. Allow yourself the pleasure of this pose. And change. Release the sole of your right foot to the ground. Release your arms to your sides to slide your right leg out. This pose is called Shavasana, complete resting pose. It's a resting pose that gives you back your vitality. These two things are completely tied together. The more you allow yourself to rest, the more your life force can feel rejuvenated. Now inhale and bend the left knee and place the sole of the left foot on the ground. Bring your arms in close to your body. Begin pulling with your fingertips, dragging with your shoulders. Tuck in your chin, keeping the shoulder blades nestled to the mat. And as you exhale, bend the left knee to the chest. Bend your elbow tips and form that net of fingers, all 10 of them, 2 inches below the left knee, and let that left knee fall into the net. Inhale, collarbones wide, chin down, elbows tucked in your waist. Can you feel the beautiful sense of almost hugging your body when you do this part? And as you exhale, guide the left knee around the rib cage towards the armpit. Remember, this is not a goal about getting the knee anywhere, into the armpit or anywhere else. You're here for the pleasure of this pose. That's where the benefits are. When was the last time anybody told you that the benefits you're looking for are in the pleasure that you feel? give yourself this soothing. Inhale, collarbones wide and chin down, elbows in your waist, especially that right one. And as you exhale, just guiding the knee around the rib cage and towards the left armpit. Feeling the pleasure of the stretch, the soothing of your nervous system, the amazing benefits that you can't even imagine you're getting right now, but you can sense by how it feels. And change. Sole of the left foot on the ground, slide the left leg out. A moment here, Shavasana. Heels touching. Arms far from your body, palms facing up. Eyes looking down in the midline of your body. Collarbones wide. Inhale. And exhale. Let your lower back drop as the breath gets completely emptied. Feel like you're being held. And now inhale and bring your legs together. Point your toes forward. Lock down on your thighs and rotate your knees inward as you bring your arms close to your body. Pulling from all 10 fingertips, dragging your shoulders away from your ears. And as you exhale, keep pulling from the toes and fingertips, but let your rib cage come together and drop your lower back. And now inhale and bend both knees, placing the soles of your feet and inching your heels close to your butt. Squeeze your legs tight into one unit. And exhale, bend the knees to your chest, bend your elbow tips and wrap your arms, keeping your head on the ground. Reach with your hands for whatever's available. Might be wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms. Just hold on. And relax here. Let the knees fall forward into this basket of arms. Feet are side by side. Inhale, collarbones wide, chin down. Feel both shoulder blades reaching for the ground. And as you exhale, squeeze your legs together with your arms and draw your knees to your chest, tucking your chin towards your throat, looking where your knees meet. Relax your feet. Feel the pleasure of this pressure. Thighs against your ribs. Such a great massage for your digestive system. Feel a little pinchy kind of feeling in your hips. A bit of a tourniquet effect, closing the blood supply down for just a moment, really going to facilitate some fresh, rich, oxygenated blood flowing through your hips. But right now, all you really want to feel, all you connect with is how good this feels. Inhale, collarbones wide, chin down. And exhale, squeeze the legs together with your arms. Draw the knees to your chest using your arms. Tuck your chin to your throat. And changing out of the pose. Bring your arms to your sides first. Let your knees sort of hang there. Feel the sensation in your arms. Move them far from your body. Feel the warmth coming back in. Feel the lightness in your arms and your legs. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower the soles of your feet. Slide your legs out. And Shavasana. Inhale. Breathe just with your rib cage. Keep your collarbones wide, your arms and legs relaxed, chin down. And exhale, ribs together. We're going to do a yoga sit-up. If you have no back problems at all, join me in this sit-up. As you inhale, bring your arms overhead, Pull from your fingertips, pull from your arms, pull from under your rib cage and flex your heels forward, rotating your knees inward. Feel the lengthening of your body, the calming sensation of this lengthening feeling. Hold your breath and sit up. Reach for the ceiling. Long back. Reach forward. Grab your big toes with your first two fingers. Double jerk, double exhale through your mouth. Shh, shh. And then hang forward. Chin to your throat. Forehead to your knees. Elbows bending beside your calves. Alright. We're going to do some separate leg stretching, some forward bending, then some backward bending. So sitting forward, bring your right leg out 45 degrees to the side, the sole of your left foot tucked up against your inner right thigh. Remember, for some people, this kind of turning of the knee might cause pain. Please, please do not be in pain. You don't deserve it, and there's no benefit to it. If you have pain, do an alternate thing with this leg. Bring it out ahead of you. Lean back into your hips a little bit. Just feel your stability right here. You can feel the stability in your body. There is something that settles in your nervous system. Not that there's anything wrong with it when your nervous system is shaken up. When you feel strong emotion, that's perfectly okay. But it's so wonderful to notice that you actually have a choice. You can bring yourself into a settled place if that's where you'd like to be. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, lace your fingers, and pull. Pull the net of fingers to the ceiling. Pull and lock the arms. Squeeze your head with your biceps. Lift from under your rib cage. Lean into your hips. Turn your torso towards your outstretched right leg and throw this net of fingers over the ball of your right foot. Bend your knee up if you need to get the net of fingers to really hold on, and then drop your forehead to your knee. And once again, bend the knee up. Make the forehead touch. It's very soothing. Let your elbows bend. Let your back open like a big slinky. Tuck your chin to your throat. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Changing out of the pose. Sometimes you don't feel like you want to. Just starts to let go, and then it's time to change. But you know, you can stay longer if you want. Remember, you're here anonymously. Pull up. Lengthen and lift. Lean back into your hips a little bit, and let's alternate the legs. So now the left leg is out 45 degrees, and the sole of the right foot is either tucked up against the inner left thigh, or that right leg is straight out ahead of you. You choose by which feels most soothing to you. That's where your greatest benefits are. Please believe me on this one. After 50 years of practice, I'm really here to tell you that the most benefits lie in the most soothing places. Stretch, lengthen, lift under your ribs, turn your torso towards your outstretched left leg, lean into your hips a little, and then come forward as you exhale. It's a great net of fingers around the ball of your left foot. Bend your knee if you need to, forehead to knee. Tuck your chin as if you're trying to see your throat. Let your shoulders slump and your elbows bend. Open your back like a slinky. You can always tuck your chin more. And as you do that, you're going to feel more soothing, more letting go of resistance. Inhale. And exhale. And changing out of this pose, coming up again, flexing the left heel, bringing the arms up overhead, turn towards the midline again. Now let's bring both legs out. And for a moment, just bounce your legs. Lean into your hips a little bit. Keep your arms overhead, lifting with your arms, lifting with your ribs, bouncing your legs from the knees. And then stop. Flexing the heels forward. Now, if you were able to do the first sit-up, you might want to try another one with me here. Lie down on your back. Arms overhead. Flex your heels, tuck your chin, lock your body, lift from under the ribs, lengthen, and sit up. Reach for the ceiling, long back. Reach forward with your first two fingers hooked between your first two toes. Look at the wall in front of you, double jerk, double exhale through your mouth. Shh, shh, and then hang. Chin to throat. Forehead towards the knees. Elbows bend beside your calf muscles. Feeling the opening of your back. And then look up. So looking at something in front of you, maybe the wall, out of the tops of your eyes. So your chin is down and your head is really settled on your neck. You're holding between your first two toes with your first two fingers and walk your hips backwards. Maybe 10 times or so. And lock your arms. Drop your chin. Inhale, lift your chest. Pull your collarbones wide. Keep your elbows locked. Now as you exhale, move your heels forward, flattening the backs of your knees to the mat, rounding your pinky toes towards your face. Now, eventually your legs will straighten as you let go of resistance. Please don't force or push anything to happen today. Remember, there is no benefit in forcing or pushing. So if your knees are still bent, so what? Inhale, lift your chest, collarbones wide, chin dropped a little. And as you exhale, you might even say it to yourself in your mind, relax my knees, relax my knees. Now, once your legs are straight, you'll know this because you can pull a little bit on your toes and your heels will hover. Then raise your thumbs, bend your elbow tips, and lead. Guide your chest through your shoulders towards the wall in front of you. Feeling the stretch happening in your back. And breathe. Change. Come on up. Slide your palms to your shins. Flex your heels. Collarbones wide. Drop your chin. Lean a little back into your hips. And take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Keep connecting with that deep, loud ha sound at the back of your throat as you breathe in and out through your nose. Inhale. And exhale. As you do all these little adjustments here, locking your elbows, rotating them in, flexing your heels forward and toes towards your face, leaning a little back into your hips, dropping your chin. Begin to settle into your own sense of comfort, your own place of stability. This is for your body and your nervous system. Now, if your legs were locked in the last part of the pose, maybe you'd like to join me in a deeper pose right now, the split version of this pose. If not, you can just watch this pose or listen to the instructions, sitting right where you are, knowing that in your place of soothing and comfort, you are benefiting to the best of your ability today. Your ability to benefit, not your ability to push yourself. All right, if you'd like to try the split pose, legs come out to the sides. As you inhale, sweep your arms overhead, lean into your hips and pull. From under the rib cage straight up towards your head. And then as you exhale, sweep your arms down, reach out with your first two fingers and hook them between your first two toes. Now at this point, your legs might be straight or your knees might be bent. Either way, remember, It's okay, you're just noticing, not judging. You're just noticing where you are. Looking forward. As you inhale, lift your chest, collarbones wide. Flex your heels, whether the knees are bent or straight. Then as you exhale, lead your breastbone forward. Elbows will start to bend, falling down around the insides of your calves. As you guide your chest forward and down, feeling like you want your breastbone to touch that wall in front of you and keeping your shoulders back and out of the way. Inhale. Lift your breastbone, drop your chin, and pull your collarbones wide. And as you exhale, flex your heels, guiding your breastbone forward and down. Relax. Just let go. Let go of pulling, let go of forcing, let go of struggling. And notice what's on the other side of it. Everything you came here for. And then change, slowly coming up. Keep your chin down. Slide your legs back together. Release the big toes, place your palms. Lean into your hips a little, drop your chin, flex your heels, collarbones wide, and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Now as you sit here, in this pose, in this moment, checking in, observing how you feel on that scale of soothing, 1 to 10, 1 being very calm, 10 being very agitated. Where do you sense that you are right now? Remember, it's sometimes hard not to do this in an evaluative way or a judgment way. It's more in a noticing way, an awareness way, an accepting way. You know, if you're a 10, then you're a 10. It doesn't mean anything bad about you. If you're at 1, you're at 1. If you're somewhere in between, it's just the truth of where you are right now. And in acknowledging that truth, you free yourself. Inhale. And exhale. And let's lie down in a very beautiful and specific way that will massage every vertebra of your spine. Inhale, lock your elbows, rotate them inward, flex your heels. And as you exhale, lean back into your hips. Allow your palms to slide over your knees, over your thighs. Keep flexing the heels forward, feeling the stability. Tuck your chin, keeping your collarbones wide. Feel your control in letting every vertebra touch down. And then your head, arms at your sides, palms facing up, heels lightly touching, toes flopped apart. Now right here and right now, close your eyes. I'm going to sit up and guide you through a beautiful final relaxation. So you're lying on your back with your arms at your sides and your palms facing up. Slide your arms far enough away from your body that you can feel the lightness in your arms. Collarbones are wide. Shoulder blades nestle to the mat. You can have your eyes open or closed. If they're open, use them to look away from the ceiling and down towards the midline of your body so you can feel something stretching in the back of your neck. If your eyes are closed, tuck your chin with your eyes closed and feel that same sensation. And now 3 deep breaths right here. Inhale. Collarbones wide, chin still down, ribs in that accordion fashion moving out to the sides. Holding yourself here in this fullness, the fullness of this moment. And exhale. sound emanates through your throat. Ribs come together. Let your lower back drop. And then when your lower back is dropped, tuck your tailbone slightly towards your navel. Feel that little pull. Stay right here. And inhale. Exhale. Stay empty for a moment. There's a lot of presence here in this space. Notice how easy it is. Inhale. And exhale. And maybe in this moment right here and now, there's just something that feels like yourself, something that feels familiar to you about the person that you know yourself to be. Friends, yesterday was the culmination of a great deal of heightened emotional, experiential moments. Whether you were joyful about yesterday's inauguration or fearful, it was a culmination. And so whatever you are feeling today, if it seems illogical for you to feel tearful when you were joyful yesterday, or it seems illogical for you to feel calm when you were upset yesterday, just allow it. Trust in your nervous system. It is the great healer of your body and your mind. And your emotions are simply expressions of the healing that's going on. There was a lot of talk yesterday about healing this nation. And certainly that is something that I look forward to. But it will happen one person at a time, accepting yourself first. Having a certain amount of belief or trust or faith that whatever you are feeling, you can relax into it and know that it's working out for you. Thank you for joining me today. Michelle, it's always a pleasure to have you here. I'm Rhonda Uretsky from Riverflow Yoga, creator of this Blissful Warrior sequence that I will be bringing every day in the middle of the day. I just find it's the best time of the day to pause. Morning for me is the best time to meditate, right after you wake up when your mind is the clearest. Middle of the day, best time to pause and regain that foundation, that sense of being yourself. No matter what might have dragged you around in the morning, you can come back here. This place is always available to you. And I don't just mean here on this Blissful Warrior practice. I mean here inside yourself, where you are feeling like yourself. And it feels comforting. So I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for sharing this Blissful Warrior practice with me today. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. You're welcome.